Welcome back to Sports Talk. The group stage is finally over, and honestly, it feels like we've only just reached the true beginning of this World Cup.
Exactly. 72 matches, 215 goals, a brand new 4018 format, and somehow the biggest story is that almost all the heavyweights are still here.
Which, let's be real, was exactly what FIFA probably wanted.
Oh, 100% true.
Just think about it. Argentina, Brazil, France, England, Germany, Spain, Portugal, the Netherlands, they are all through.
Right. And some people are complaining that's boring.
Yeah, well, I totally disagree.
Really? I don't know. I kind of miss those classic, group of death disasters.
I get what you mean, I do, but the expanded format changes everything. When you allow 32 teams into the knockouts, good teams simply have more room for that one bad game. You're rewarded for consistency instead of just absolute perfection.
Maybe, but it also means the real pressure hasn't even arrived yet.
Exactly. People keep saying, oh, Germany topped its group, or Spain is unbeaten. Honestly, that doesn't tell us very much right now. The World Cup starts getting serious today. Lose once, and boom, you're on the plane home.
Right. Still, not all group winners looked equally convincing. Argentina and France, at least for me, have been the two clear standout teams.
I don't even think it's close. Argentina won all 3 matches without ever looking, panicked. France scored 10 goals, and neither side really needed to hit top gear.
And what's scary is the squad depth. Argentina rested almost everyone in that last match. Lionel Messi started on the bench, comes on, and just scores a free kick anyway, just because he could.
It's almost unfair. The guy is 39, and somehow he finishes the group stage with 6 goals, 19 World Cup goals overall. That's another record. We're literally running out of records for him to break.
What impressed me wasn't actually the goals. It was that Argentina no longer needs Messi to dominate every single minute. Lautaro Martinez looks sharp. Giovanni Lo Celso is creating chances. The whole midfield just feels balanced. Messi can almost pick his moments now, and wow, that's dangerous.
Yeah, this feels very different from Qatar. Back then, it was so often just, give Messi the ball. Now it's everybody can hurt you, and then Messi arrives for the final punch.
Speaking of legends, Cristiano Ronaldo, can we just admit something?
I'm listening. Go on.
He doesn't have to score every game anymore to influence one.
Oh, absolutely. That clever free kick routine against Uzbekistan was my favorite Ronaldo moment so far. Everyone in the stadium expected him to shoot. Instead, he becomes the decoy. Nuno Mendes scores. It was just classic misdirection.
See, that's evolution right there. 4 years ago, Ronaldo probably takes that shot himself, right? Now, he's manipulating the defense before the ball is even kicked. That is pure football IQ.
Although I'm still not entirely convinced Portugal has figured itself out.
Really?
Not yet. The talent is incredible, obviously, but sometimes it feels like they're still deciding whose team this actually is. Like, is it still Ronaldo's, or has it quietly become the younger generation's team?
See, I actually think that's their strength. Ronaldo doesn't have to carry them anymore. He just has to make everyone else better. That's a big difference.
Fair point. And Spain is almost the exact opposite. The possession is there, the passing is beautiful, over 2,000 successful passes already? But sometimes it feels like they're passing around the problem instead of actually solving it.
Okay, that is the most Spain sentence ever.
You know what I mean. They drew with Cabo Verde. Even in the wins, they haven't looked ruthless. They're controlling games without always killing them off.
Right, and meanwhile, France, they barely need the ball to score 4. That's a scary contrast.
And speaking of France, everyone expected this huge Kylian Mbappe versus Erling Haaland showdown. Instead, Ousmane Dembele completely steals the show with a hat-trick. Football just never reads the script.
And that is exactly why I love tournaments. The biggest storyline is rarely the one everyone predicts. Mbappe is still brilliant. 4 goals, 2 assists, but suddenly France doesn't depend solely on him either. And that's very bad news for everyone else.
All right, so after 3 rounds, who's impressed you most? One team, no thinking, go.
Immediately, France. Most complete attack, best balance.
Argentina, more control, more experience, just better tournament management overall.
We are already disagreeing, and we haven't even reached the knockout stage yet.
Which is exactly where a football podcast should be.
Hey, before we get into the knockout matches, can we spend a minute talking about the Asian teams? Because I actually think this has been one of Asia's strongest World Cups in a long time.
I agree. Well, with one exception. It's been a good tournament, not a great one. Japan has looked excellent. Australia quietly got the job done. Saudi Arabia picked up a famous result against Uruguay. But then there's Iran, and that's just heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking is exactly the word. I mean, they tied New Zealand, they fought Belgium right until the bitter end. Then against Egypt, they genuinely thought they'd scored the goal that would send them through.
Only for VAR to intervene again.
And not just regular VAR, semi-automated offside. We are talking millimeters here, literally, a shoulder, one tiny part of the attacker leaning beyond the last defender. And just like that, no celebration, no knockout football.
See, now here's where you and I disagree. The technology did its job. Offside is offside, whether it's 5 meters or 5 millimeters.
I knew you'd say that, but come on, football isn't played by robots. If literally nobody in the stadium can tell it's offside, if millions watching at home need a 3D computer animation to explain it to them, maybe we've lost something special about the game.
Maybe, but if we start allowing close enough, where do you stop? 1 centimeter, 5, 10? At least technology gives everyone the exact same baseline rule.
Sure, it gives consistency. I'm just not sure it always gives justice. And unfortunately, Iran became the latest painful example of that debate.
Anyway, now can we talk about the story everybody has absolutely fallen in love with, Cabo Verde?
Oh, absolutely. The absolute miracle of this tournament. A country of barely 600,000 people making the knockout stage, finishing second in Spain's group. And now they get Argentina.
That right there is football. Not money, not population, not history. Just pure football.
Although, let's be honest, this is probably where the fairy tale ends.
Oh, you're so cruel.
I'm just being realistic. Argentina is simply on a totally different level.
Maybe, but imagine saying a month ago, Cabo Verde against Argentina in the World Cup knockout stage. Nobody would have believed you. And honestly, they've already changed how people look at African football. They're organized, they're fearless. Technically, they're much better than people expected. I mean, even Spain couldn't beat them.
Fair point. And that's probably the biggest lesson from this expanded World Cup, right? Smaller nations don't just want to participate anymore. They actually expect to compete.
All right. Enough looking backwards. Let's look ahead. The round of 32. This is where things get truly serious.
Okay, time for the dangerous part. Updated Final Four predictions. You've got to commit right now.
Easy. Argentina, France, Brazil, and Spain.
See, that's where I can't follow you. I've got Argentina, France, Portugal, and Brazil. I really think Portugal finally has enough balance to go deep this time.
Wait, so no Spain?
Nope, too pretty. Not ruthless enough.
Ouch, harsh. What about Golden Boot? Still Messi?
Definitely still Messi. He has 6 goals already, and Argentina is likely to play several more matches. That's just hard to ignore.
I'm going Mbappe. France creates just so many chances. If they reach the semifinals, he could easily score 3 or 4 more.
Poor Ronaldo. We've barely even mentioned him in the Golden Boot conversation.
Well, because I really don't think that's his job anymore. His job is getting Portugal to the next round. Goals are a bonus for him now. Leadership isn't.
And that's probably the biggest takeaway from this whole group stage. The legends are still here. The favorites are still standing. But the outsiders, they've completely stopped being afraid.
Exactly. The expanded World Cup hasn't killed the drama. It simply moved it. The surprises weren't always in who qualified. They were in how fiercely competitive almost every single match became. But now, there's no second chance. One bad night, one controversial VAR decision, one penalty shootout, and your World Cup is over.
Wow, which means next time we speak, half of these teams will already be gone.
Enjoy the knockout stage, everyone. We'll see you right back here after the round of 32.